right, guys, I want to show you guys what we do for replacing electrical switches. Power is on, so I'm going to have my gloves on for this. We're just going to take the plate cover off here. I like to wear a belt so I can just kind of chuck the trash in the belt. Certainly helps me. If you don't have a belt or you don't want to go buy one, if you're just doing one switch, chuck the stuff on the ground. So grab our drill, get this thing zipped out of there. If you leave one of the screws in a little bit, you have the ability, if it's not super painted like it is now, to kind of pop it with the screw. If it's super painted, be careful on how you pull that out because you may have a tendency to tear the paint. Let's just kind of pull these wires out of here. Up is on, down is off. This is a standard 2-pole switch. It's not a 3-way. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my Lady Dykes here and we're gonna pull power off of these guys. Put this in your little pouch. Grab your electrical snips. This is hot, and that is again why we're using the gloves so that we don't get electrocuted. But we're just going to go ahead and strip the wire off of this guy, get this pulled, get that guy out of the way, get these two things stripped, and then we're going to grab our replacement switch. These new switches are unique because there's no exposed element on this, which is really cool technology. Gives you the ability to kind of throw these things together really quickly. Checking your hot, so you know which one's down, which one's up. Hot is gonna be on the bottom. That way when you turn the switch on, the power goes up to the next piece. These little flips or fins will just open up. So you kind of press these guys open and it'll open a lever inside of the switch. And then you have the ability to just run these wires in. You'll see that just slides right in, clip that guy down, slide this guy in, clip that down. Now you have the ability to turn the light on and off. It is working. So next piece of this, want to get the wires tucked back in there appropriately, get it kind of set the way you want it. Oftentimes guys will just kind of screw these things in and it's sitting like this. You don't want that. You want to have the ability to get this thing pretty square before you zip it in there. I like to just get the screws started. Gives you a little bit of control over what these are going to look like when it's set. So you have the ability to kind of maneuver that around, make sure that it's nice and square. You can get this nice and level. If you wanted to put a level on it, you can. If you're blind and you can't, just kind of eyeball that, go for it. If you want to just knock this out this way, that is great. If you want to put a level on it, you can. If you want to just kind of eyeball it, most of the time you can see this thing is pretty square. And then you're going to want to just tighten this to where the plastic touches the drywall. Sometimes you'll get guys that just screw this in and you can kind of see that kind of buckling into the wall cavity, into that junction box. And what happens as a result of that is when you put your plate cover on, one part of the switch is more inset than the other. So we're going to back that out. We're going to make sure that that just is just snug. So you can see it's loose. We want to get to that nice end, just touched to the drywall, nice and snug, and then we'll put our plate cover on. When you get your plate cover on, you're just going to kind of hold it there, grab your flathead, get this thing started, have the ability to kind of look at the switch. I mean, part of doing a good job is making it look good. It's not just getting it screwed in there to work. This is actually look like it was professionally installed when you're all said and done. And so you can see the lip right around the switch is about even all the way around, nice and clean, nice and square, nice and firm. We're not going anywhere. As the plate cover presses to the wall, these things kind of offset one another and it really creates a nice strong bond there. And that is how I would install a finished switch.